On opening Eclipse version 11, probably the first thing you'll notice is that it's undergone a facelift. The Eclipse icons and interface remained unchanged for more than 10 years. During that time, the trend in modern software design has been to go from nearly 3D to more flat and crisp. If we go to the Window menu and select Customize Toolbars, that would be one way to see the different icons that have been prepared. Wherever possible, an effort has been made to make the new and old icons have some relation to each other. For instance, the gear icon is still used for user settings. For instant real-time, a spotlight had been used, but now it's a light bulb. Probably the most substantial improvement to Eclipse version 11 is its ability to take advantage of Python code plugins. This makes Eclipse more customizable and more powerful. Users can request new features, Python plugins can be quickly written, and the core program code does not need to be changed. Until now, Eclipse macros were basically a recording of keystrokes, and these macros could not adapt to different conditions. If you've created some of your own macros, you can continue to use them. However, if you're using one of the default macros, Eclipse 11 will automatically substitute a Python code plugin, which can automatically adapt to changing conditions. You do not need to master this type of programming. Just describe what you want Eclipse to do, and the Eclipse tech support and programming staff can create a plugin to meet your needs. One of the most remarkable features introduced in Eclipse version 10 is Boost, which now has its own dialog that you can reach from the Translate section of user settings. The slider is still used to adjust the aggressiveness of this feature, and if you move it all the way down to 0, it says specifically On Demand, meaning you would write a stroke of your choosing at the moment when you want help from Boost. The Exceptions button now offers you some additional control. So if you added some words to this list, it would disqualify an entire speech suggestion. You can also use the minus sign to disqualify single words, but not disqualify entire speech suggestions. You can use the plus sign to indicate a noise word or noise phrase, and it would be ignored if it is the entire edit. So for instance, if you tend to leave out "you know," then that would be ignored. However, it would not be ignored if "you know" was part of a larger edit coming from the speech suggestions. This list was previously hard-coded, but now it's within your control. Likewise, the equivalency list is within your control, and you use the comma before each equivalency. These are things that people can fail to enunciate clearly. Using the plus, the minus, and the comma in this list gives you greater control over Boost. Now let's look at Boost Flow, a new feature added in Eclipse version 11, where Boost acted retroactively, helping with text you've already written. Boost Flow uses speech recognition to offer text for words that have been spoken but that you've not yet written. The Flow Commands button lets you indicate the steno that you would write to either use or skip the text that is being suggested. In this example, I've said this is a demonstration of the Boost Flow feature in action. Write as much or as little as you like. The text that appears in green is what is being offered from speech recognition. As you write, the text that you have written appears in the Steno Notes bar. And if you see that the speech results are coming up fast enough and accurately enough, you could use your stroke to say, use that, use that, use that. And the speech results that you have used appear as voice steno in your note bar. Here's an actual example from one of our beta testers using this feature for court work. Of course, as with the original Retro Boost, good audio is essential. A new real-time editing kit is part of what has been prepared to accompany Eclipse version 11. It includes a dictionary to support what is called edit mode. And edit mode is something that you can use even outside of real-time translation. Have you ever thought, why do I have to edit from my computer keyboard when I'm so much faster using steno or voice steno? So even outside of real-time translation, you could be working on a transcript, click on an icon on your toolbar, or turn on edit mode from the Edit Toggles dialog. And what you write or dictate will appear in the Edit Mode pop-up. You could then do things like insert, replace, find and change, insert punctuation or paragraphing, create globals or dictionary entries in a much easier manner. This has been just a short list of what's new in Eclipse version 11. To learn more about other changes and additions to Eclipse, be sure to open the Support menu and select New Version Changes.